Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Commodity Futures Report for Saturday, March 26, and starting with the dollar index here. As you can see, it's edging higher, but as I keep saying, it's lazier than I am. I mean, it's not really sort of getting up there, but the lows are staying in place, so we'll just stay with it. Yesterday we were looking for a little ABC to pull back and pushing up there, so I'm considering this wave 1 and 2 and just to continue higher at that point, but it is sluggish, and the euro's doing the same thing in reverse. Euro US dollar, which is also in line with the DAX as well, and that was sort of lagging the S&P, so there's a bit of a lag on the European side of things. Obviously there's good reason for that with that war going on. Rightio, so that's the dollar. US spot gold. So just going back over a few little things here. So with wave 1 up here, we're looking for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave. Is it possible that wave 2 can be in play over here for this, and we can put the A wave here and the B wave over here for this and the C wave here for this? Yes, it's possible. However, I don't have any evidence of that at this stage. So what I can do in that regard is just continue to count the waves up here, and if I see the market go past its 5 waves here, so we've got 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 here, and looking for 5 waves, anything past that, then we would look at that, you know. This is probably a nice little setup for day traders here, with an entry here and a stop under this, under the 1950 at this point. Don't put it on the 1950, and don't put it at 48. It's got to come down to 46. And even when you put it at 46, you want to go to 45, 45 something or other. Let me think, 45.96, 45.92. Then you could go under that again, 40, probably 46 again under that. So just keep it out of the way here, just for, depending on if that's a really nice impulse wave at that point. Anyway, I'll just turn that red. It's not a trend trade, it's just a real short-term trade, taking, you know, maybe some of the money off at 1965 or 1972 at that point. Just seeing if there's any other way we could look at this. Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering, this does look like a sort of a bit of an impulse wave to the downside, so you need to be careful, so don't overtrade here, just keep it simple. So silver would be doing the exact same, so going over to silver, I've just got it 1 degree smaller. We've had this at 1 and 2 here, nice third wave, and the fourth wave here, so it looks like we're starting to move up from this point now. It's just a bit of a, also a bit of a lag here, so the wave 3 and 4 will come across in the old highs here, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like from that point. But then we're expecting the C wave to move down at that point, but any move above that high there, and then we'll need to be long and bring this wave 2 into play over here for that. Iron ore has made a nice break to the upside, which is fantastic for all the iron ore stocks that were long in, BHP and Rio and FMG and so on. So yeah, nice clean break from there. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2, then we've got 1 and 2 in here, then 1 and 2 again. So that should just continue to move to the upside. So long in iron ore stocks, nice move coming up with the wave, the third of the third of the third here, so it's going to move quite quickly. It will do a little classic trading levels pattern at 900 and then push up to 1001. So good iron ore. Crude oil, yesterday we were looking for a wave 4 to pull back into this space here, so that's looking sort of okay-ish at this point. Now the move is a little bit like gold, isn't it? That's popped down through here. So I'm treating it as a wave 4, but what and I can see an impulse wave here as well. So that's, I can see we've got 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that should produce some type of correction here. which it is doing, and then we'd have 3, 4 and 5 up here for that, and then an A and a B and a C here for that. So we can look at this being a bullish pattern pretty much now, but what I need to be careful of is that I just don't get an ABC pattern that doesn't take out that high here, you know, just leaving me with 3 waves there. Let me just open this up and check it a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice. 4, 5. That's good. So what? That's the high up there. So what I don't want to see is a move that just goes to here and then collapses at that point. That's the risk area, because then that would be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, staying below the top here, and then we would be looking from moving down at that point. We'd have to look at this as wave 1 to the downside at that point, you know, and then coming back here for wave 2 at that point. So yeah, look, as far as I can see with all of this, it does look like we're getting, rather than a wave B up here, it looks like we'll be getting wave 1 there and then wave 2. So this is where we're going to look at it getting back here. So there's nothing really to do here at the moment, so we just really need to allow it to play out. And as I mentioned yesterday, we can go long above that top there, but having 5 waves here, we'll try to get it in a better position back here. But it is sort of making this wave 2 and wave C over here look redundant at this point, but I'll just leave them there for this video. So a bit of work to do here with all of that. So so it does mean that we'd probably need to look with wave 1 over here, and then look at this with the B wave over here for this. So this will be the same for crude stocks and so on, ETFs and whatnot. So I'm just putting this as the dominant count now with this, all right? But I'm going to leave the other ones in play, but I'm just putting this one as secondary now. And we can even dull that out. Like I said, there's no real rush. I mean, you could go long here based on those 5 waves, and that means you'd be in at that price. But we still got to contend with wave 2. We don't know how far that's going to pull back. I mean, normally it would pull back 50 or 60%, so it could pull all the way back down here. I don't think it will. I think it will just pull back to around here. We'll just get some sort of ABC pattern in here. So, like, really, it's not a big deal going here. I mean, if you went long here, you can just pretty much get out up here, and we'll get that pullback over here for that. So it's sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't, really. But let's just see how this all plays out. Let's see if we get that 5 waves here first. Then it makes this nice as wave 1 and 2 here, nice strong 3rd wave, 4th wave and 5th wave here, A, B, C here, and then going long over here. But we'll also try to go long down here first. We could go long on the low. That's not really a problem, but I want to nice to get a little impulse wave and a classic trading levels pattern sitting on nice support there for 11, because it gives us a better a safer trade, and a safer trade in that we can use to put our stop under the level here. Safer in the fact that we've got a impulse wave, the first impulse wave to the upside, that sort of thing. So looking at it like this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty dodgy, but then looking at this is the corrective pattern, so we can go long above that one, long above that one, long above that one. So we kind of end up over here on that, but it's safer that way, you know. Alrighty, we'll keep working on that. So copper's doing kind of the same thing as well. We had this wave 1 up here. We're kind of considering it to be an ABC for wave 2 here, because we're getting 5 waves up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could look at it as an A and a B and a C to that point there as well, as we mentioned yesterday. So there's a few things going on, but the bias is that we should be going long, and this 2 would be over there for that, but we'll leave that there. So from the low to the high, the box for the 61.8% is here. We can look at this probably in a couple of different ways here for this. Well, first of all, what we can do, we don't do too much at the moment, we can bring that down to this level now. So that's something at this point. You could probably also do a half quarter trade through the breach of this trend line. So we'll just configure that to green, but we'll just keep it half a thinner line for a smaller position. Yeah, let's just see how that goes then, shall we? And when you've got an angle like this too, just when it pops through is not what you're looking for. So the angle's like that rather. So there'll be, when the market comes down, it'll push back up to that point, drop off, pull on through, click on back. It might do it in three waves, but it could do it twice on that level. So then you can go long above this one, long above that one. That's the safe way to handle it. Look, doesn't matter what you do, as long as you know what you're doing. That's copper. Okay, so nickel gave a nice little move up. We were looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 here. So now we'll need to look at this, all of this as a bit of an impulse wave. So this green line here, we're going to put that here at the moment. This is probably an A and a B and a C wave here, but either way we'll look to get a position here and also on top of the 40 here again with a classic trading levels pattern at this point. If this drops lower here, then we'll look to go on that point, but it looks like we're getting impulse waves here for that. It's only 100 ticks, but it's you could probably get closer to the market if you wanted to. Okay, that's that. And uranium. So with uranium, we looked at this being wave 1 at the top here. So we need to look at that as the A wave, the ABC for the B wave, and then 5 waves for the C wave here. So first of all, you can see wave 1 here and 2 here. So the third wave still unfolding here. I was thinking about covering that gap. That's what that line is about. And we can get in another position down here as well. But I just want to confirm that is an ABC and we're pushing up from that point. Natural gas, yeah, I thought it might have pushed up a little bit quicker than that, but yeah, and I may have to rejig this count here a little bit. It looking a little bit lazy, like a 5th wave there, but I can see we've got wave 1 and 2 here, so we'll just see how that builds at that point. It should push up further. It's going to have problems at, well, 5. It's got a classic trading levels pattern here now for that. If you wanted to go long again, it's got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, so you can go long at that point. We'll also look to build in on top of the 8 here as well with another classic trading levels pattern as well. And I may have to rejig this count here. Might need to put this as wave 1 here, but anyway, it doesn't really matter at this stage. We should just continue to climb higher. But that the 500 here, the $5.50, the 50 cents really slowed us down a little bit, and it could pull back here as the arrival, the reaction, first high above the level, an A and a B and a C wave here. So we want to be clear about that. We want to be clear up there because we could actually get this to drop back in here somewhere before going off again. But all good on that side. And that's it. Natural gas is the last one. Alrighty. So thanks for tuning in. Cheers.